Alright guys, so we are in Battlefield 2042 on RTX 5090 here, and we are running at the highest maximum possible settings at 160 frames per second. Now there are some stutter issues with ray tracing on from what I can see, so that's kind of disappointing. I don't know where that guy was. Where was that guy shooting me from? Skip. No, he's... Wow, I nearly lost that as well. That was pretty crazy. Are you still alive? No, you're good. Get rid of that guy as well. Okay, so we are at 150 FPS. I'm going to find this one hard to talk and play because I actually really personally enjoy the Battlefield series, and we've just had the announcement of Battlefield 6 last night, or at least when you were seeing this video, it's probably a few days ago to be fair, but I was watching it last night and I really am excited for that new game to be fair. So anyway, we're talking about this game. We've got the max settings on, and we've even got features like ray tracing on, of course. Man, that was close. Let's get rid of this guy. Guy flying in over here. We need to... Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Okay, anyway, while we're dead, let's jump into the graphics settings so you can see what we've got on. We have literally everything on Ultra. I don't necessarily suggest playing this way, and this includes actual, like, ray tracing on, like, ray traced ambient occlusion on. We should put enable plus boost, actually, for that, because that is always better to have. Now, let's just bleed out here. Let's go ahead and dive back in. And we'll obviously muck around with some more competitive settings and what I would recommend playing, because with ray tracing, as I said, when you load in and stuff, there are some little stutter issues that do bring those 1% lows down. Oh, wow. Okay, my aim was pretty tragic there. And we did get a stutter there, which is kind of a nuisance. But, you know, it's just the way gaming seems to be these days. But overall, this game actually does run incredibly well. At this, like, you think I'm getting, like, at the ultra settings higher frames than what I get on ultra settings on, like, Call of Duty, which is just insane to think about. It's actually ridiculous. Like, it's less resource intensive than playing Nuketown at ultra settings with this massive map going on here. It's kind of crazy. Let's go over this way. Got that guy. Okay, let's keep going. Let's just muck around. Wow, you know what? Some people at this game are absolutely insane. I'm like getting used to the game. I've really recently picked it up and kind of have been diving in. But let's go ahead and reset our 1% lows there, and let's dive in. You'll see that when we do kind of zoom into the map, we do get some drops there. But in a second, we'll go down to like low settings, and we are at 4K, by the way. I'm playing on my 160 hertz monitor, which is a really nice experience. I would like a higher refresh rate monitor because I will be lowering the settings when playing like Battlefield 6, so I can get like 240 frames. I do want to get... This is not a good position to be in at all, really. Oh, I thought we could get both of them there, to be honest, but I should probably get Sniper out and start taking some of those guys off. But let's change some settings. Let's go to just a preset, and let's go all the way down to low, right? Let's try that. And let me change, let's resume, let's change my weapon over to here, let's spawn in, let's reset our 1% lows. Now we are spawning in on the map. I don't know what just happened there, that was very laggy. But as you can see, we've smoothed everything out a lot. Like, everything's feeling a lot smoother. We're over 200 frames per second, which is well above my monitor's refresh rate, because I don't have a 240 hertz monitor. I've got to say, it doesn't look much worse at all, to be honest. Oh, of course. Now, this is just the Battlefield experience to me. You change your weapon, and then everybody disappears. Also hit markers. That's also the Battlefield experience. Oh, and just to say, we're loading into a new game now, and we are actually doing 128 people now. It doesn't mean there's going to be 128 people on the map at all times, because as you can see at the top of the screen, we've only got 40 in this lobby that we're about to start in a few seconds in. You only need 32, I believe it is, to actually start the game. But usually they do fill out pretty quickly, to be fair. And yeah, the last game we were playing was also 128, so I'm trying to do the max as well. But what we'll do once we load into this one is we will look at the low settings again, like we were just towards the end of the last clip, and then we'll go back to the ultra settings as well, because at the end of the day, you're on a 5090. My personal display caps out 160 frames, so I would kind of like to run it at ultra because I can, and it also just looks really, really good, to be honest, and I don't have a problem playing at 160 frames. So, right, we're gonna make a start here, and let's dive in. Alright, we're in. So this is low settings, still 4K, of course. Like, we always test at 4K on this channel for 5090 because I just don't see the... Like, we can test 1440p if people are interested in that, but you'll have to let me know. But yeah, this is low settings now at 4K, Battlefield 2042, 128 players. We don't have that many. I think we've got probably I'd say there's 50, I think there's 57 on this map at the moment, but it will gradually fill out. And to be honest, when I've played games that have been full, I've not really seen any issues, to be honest, but or any differences from what we're doing now. Now, I must admit, I maybe almost take back what I say. I think playing at Ultra is maybe actually not as good because the input delay on this just feels really responsive. Like, I'm playing on mouse and keyboard because I just prefer to play Battlefield on mouse and keyboard. But to be honest, this game looks so good at ultra settings that I kind of do. It doesn't look drastically different compared to like not running at ultra, but it's kind of just like I know the difference is there. I can see some differences in reflections and stuff, and it's Battlefield, so I'd rather kind of play it at that max crazy settings that you do get with this game. But I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll go back to ultra in a second. Let me put my plates on actually. Get rid of that guy, throw a nade in there, see if we can get him. We did hit him with it. He's got to still be there, right? But as I said before, like the 1% lows are much improved compared to what they're running at when you're at ultra settings. I think that ray tracing really does drop it. So we can maybe try and find a balance of settings. Like once I've got in here and I've died, we'll come back out and we'll try and find some like a compromise. There's still like some little frame drops here and there, but nothing drastic like it was with like all the RT enabled and stuff. So yeah, bear that in mind if you're planning on running this game at ultra. There is some compromises. That was a lucky kill there, to be honest. %, people all round me. People. Where were my bullets going then? Okay, I think we're okay. Oh, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Get out of my way, tank. Oh, I thought we could actually maybe get that guy as well. Okay, let's muck around with some settings. So what about if we go to Ultra but we disable ray tracing? How does that sort of fare? So let's go display. Let's crank this back up to custom. I think it's going to keep my old custom settings. I do have motion blur off. Obviously, this is a competitive shooter. You do not want to play with motion blur. That's just terrible. We can use DLSS. I'm going to leave it off for now. Let's turn off ray tracing, and we'll put that on boost and everything. All this is off. That's fine. Let's jump in. Let's reset our 1% lows. For people who wonder, when I say reset the 1% lows, it's just resetting River Tuner so you can see what the 1% lows are with the settings you got. So now we're back up to Ultra. I don't know what's going on with like the wobbling of the display. There's a few bugs still in this game, so I'm hoping Battlefield 6 launches in more of a complete state. But yeah, the 1% lows is kind of my main concern, right? That's the main concern with running it in this sort of way. You can use DLSS. Like, I don't think DLSS comes with an input delay. I may be wrong with that. I know FrameGen does and stuff, but actual DLSS itself, this scope is the first time I've tried this scope. Oh my god, that guy's crazy good. That scope is really good, and I actually like it a lot. Let's flick on some DLSS. Let's go with DLSS and just see what it's actually going to give us. So let's put ray tracing on. Let's go to DLSS quality. And let's try that out. Spawn back in. I thought I was doing really well, to be honest, in this game. And right, 1% lows still drop much quicker than compared to like low settings without DLSS and stuff. So there is that, but it does feel a little bit more like stable almost, but not a lot of difference, to be honest. Oh, I did not see that guy on the left. That's kind of annoying. I never wait for people to res me these days because it just doesn't ever happen. So we'll ignore that. But yeah, I don't know. I think kind of a good balance of settings is somewhere, you know, somewhere in the middle with that is probably a good idea. There's definitely ways to make this run a lot better. And if you have you compromising certain settings, then that's an option. We'll go ahead and turn DLSS off again in a second. Yes, I know I'm out of bounds. I'm doing it on purpose so I can try and... Oh man, they are really pushing us. We don't have... They kind of got a better angle there, to be honest, than we have. Right, let's go back to here and let's turn off DLSS and leave on ray tracing and go back to ultra settings and see what we're doing. So you get more stutter issues for sure. We did gain about 30 FPS because we were up near the 150s before, and now we're sort of around 130. So, you know, it's still incredible. Wow, I did not expect you to come from there. My bad. Yeah, I mean, it's still an incredible experience running it at native 4K, highest possible settings in the game at 130. This is why I get disappointed in some modern games, that this looks better and is more going on in a quite big map. You know, it actually looks better in some cases than a lot of modern titles that just don't run like this. I'm interested to see what additions we're going to have for something like Battlefield 6. I'm very curious about that because I almost have a feeling that they're going to push things even further. That was a good couple of kills there. That's probably going to help the team a lot. We've got helicopters coming in though, so we've got to be careful. Oh man, I whiffed my aim. I've not been playing on mouse and keyboard very much recently, but to be honest, I'm quite happy playing the game with this sort of frame rate and this higher settings. It's really nice. It's nice to just have everything going off, and to be honest, most of the stutters or frame drops, I should say, mostly do appear when you're like loading in, and they're not actually in game. Get that guy, come on. Okay, that's one down. Two. Don't know what that is, don't know what's happening, but get that guy, that's three. Wow, he really destroyed me there. That was pretty crazy. I don't know how he did that. He was like peeking and like moving in and out, so I couldn't really hit him consistently. But anyway, that is it. I don't think there's much more to say. This game runs really well. We're at native 4K. You know, obviously you can go down to like DLSS performance or whatever. There's options that you could take to get, you know, higher frames. But to be honest, I think playing natively is just the best experience input delay wise, and I'm pretty sure that that's how people would play this game. Probably on low settings competitively, to make sure you maximize FPS and you have a great experience. So I think we'll stop there. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you are new to the channel. Let me know what other games you would like me to test and see, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye for now.